the early parts of games, doesn't matter what game of footy, what level, Craney, whoever brings the pressure and the heat first up, they tend to gain that ascendancy early, and that is just so important. You have to come wanting to bring pressure. The game is all about pressure these days, and I don't think that's actually changed in 150 years of footy.
Massive big puddle where the umpire's going to throw. Hope he moves this to the side a little bit because we're not very far away from a start in the clash between the Harvey Bulls and the Donnybrook Football Club. Very, very important for the Donnybrook Football Club to get this 4 points, but Harvey will have a say about it. Ball up, and Darren McDonald will take it away.
Lucy and Turner with the ball up for KFC. Ball spills out the back. Donnybrook tumble it forward. Mark can't be taken. It's picked up beautifully, and it's driven forward, right up to full forward. There was a big, long kick from the Donnybrook player, and it's off hands, and it's behind. It
only just fell across the line, didn't it?
So they've brought it back into play. There's a mark in the back pocket to Harvey. And then there's a mark on the chest there. They're still inside D50. Just another little chip up the ground. It's good work. They're just outside D50 now. And now they decide to head up onto the wing, but then coming back there is Dale taking a mark on his chest. Just forward of centre wing for Donnybrook. Goes to the hot spot. They find Derring!
Oh, that is...
see, Craney. The cream rises to the top already. He's almost dead in front.
Well, here we were, Macca. I was starting to wonder whether we'd get a Western a CPR out there, centre mark of the day, and within the first few minutes, Cooper Clark Derring has produced that. That was an absolute beauty in those conditions. Still a big kick from here, but that is definitely going down as a contender for our mark of the day.
Yeah, he's going to kick from 45. He's a very good approach. He's given it everything. It hasn't been accurate, and it's come off hands and gone through the points for a behind as well. So bringing the ball back into play is Malice. He chip passes to that pocket again. Lester Smith. He goes long outside D50, and on the chest coming to meet it is Turner. He's on the half-back flank.
Well, worked out of defence there by the Bulls.
Oh, good smother by Bo Lucy. Here's Derring again. Was the umpire still in play? Turner picks it up very well, gets it back to a teammate, hooks it around on his left foot, and the ball is in dispute. Picked up by Egerton Green, shrugs a tackle, and then kicks it out on the full. And there'll probably be a fair bit of that today, Craney.
Yeah, just whacked it on his boot there, and he missed the mark by quite some time. That nearly ended up with us up in high in the grandstands of the Harvey ground. Not a bad view from up here though in Macca.
Oh, it's a magnificent vantage point. So Benny Howlett with the football, been a magnificent player for a long time. Great to see him still giving back to country footy. Just chips it up to the top of 50. Kai Lucy can't mark. Ball bounces off his chest. Ball's tied up. Ball spills out beautifully, and it's taken there by Donnybrook, and now Harvey Rappel sitting underneath it. Howlett, he'll read the play all day. That was Falco that missed going forward for Donnybrook. Howlett now goes to the hot spot. Derring's in the mix. Ball's taken by Harvey, and it's just a big swim through Craney at this point in time.
Absolutely atrocious conditions out there. And when you see balls bouncing off skilled players' chests, it is very, very tough.
That was Miller that tied it up for the Bulls, as I've become accustomed to these players. One down there by Derring. Ball snapped out of the pack by Jacob Pickett. Going off the ground almost cleverly, but taken by Jovanovic, but then it's taken by Howlett, who's driven in the hot spot again. Derring! Jeez, he's marking it like it's dry, Craney.
That was a very good start to the young fella, and I'll tell you what, we'll just put him down for another one.
Clark Derring, so...
He moved across the front of that pack nicely, didn't he? And there was no spoil to hold the ball like that when the pressure was around you. Pretty strong hands from the young man.
45-degree angle, and he'll probably kick from about 40 metres right side for a left footer. In he comes. Has he learnt from the first one? Looks like he may have. Don't think he's got the journey, though. Off hands, through for a behind.
Benny Howlett's just racking him up. Shows you experience, doesn't he? Just putting himself in the right spot at the right time so Harvey can't find the out.
So, Derring's got to have another chance taking the intercept mark. The Harvey full-back.
He's inching closer.
The Harvey full-back gave it everything he could, but it's if you don't time it today, it doesn't come off. So Deering's taken 3 marks and he's going to have 3 shots on goal in the first 3 minutes of this game. A little bit worse than 45, right side for a left footer. He's going to kick it from 45 metres as well. This time he's got it through. 3rd time lucky. Draws first blood. First goal to Cooper Clark Deering, and he is an impressive player, Craney.
Yes, thanks to MGIB, like a good neighbour MGIB. He started the game off really hot for Hearthouse, hasn't he? He is running hot, Cooper Clark Deering. That's not a beautiful way to start the game. As you said, 3 marks, 3 shots of goal. Just moved that little bit closer that time, and it got over the defender's head. It's not a bad kick, that, actually, in those conditions. It still would have been 35-40, so
yeah,
very handy start.
And it looks like Egerton Dream's got the job on him, and I reckon Cooper will be able to get off him a bit, and he's showing that already. He's also got him for height, but if Egerton can lock him down, close him, body him up, he might be able to get him under the ball.
Harvey need to get the stoppage so heads it their way, because too hard to get it out of the defence.
There's a ball up for KFC. It was won by Turner. The ball is taken by Firmino and he's brought to ground.
Are you getting accustomed to these? First time you've seen Harvey?
For a couple of years. Ball's one down by Turner again. Kendall can't pick it up. Firmino does.
Only 18 players have changed since then, Magga.
Coming through is Gerard. He can't pick it up. Ball's getting flung around. Kendall, like the way he goes about it. Taken by... who was that? That was Bolton. Now the ball's in the hot spot for Donnybrook. Big wide handball out to Falco. Sees the goals, fires on goal, and it is missing to the near side. Not a bad effort by Falco in these conditions, but one behind.
Gee, only early stages, but Harvey are having trouble getting hold of the footy. And
hasn't gone past the centre.
Well, once they do get hold of the footy, they're just giving it back to the Donnybrook, who are setting up very nicely.
It's being played predominantly in Donnybrook's 50 at the moment. Bringing the ball back into play is Cody Smith. Gets it to the top of the 50, standing underneath it and taking a fantastic strong mark is Lynch. Plays on into the 25, but coming out and meeting the ball beautifully. Marking on the chest is Malice. He'll be asked to do that a fair bit today by the look of it. He goes out wide to the far side and he finds Martin and takes a safe mark on his chest, still inside D50.
Quick around the grounds for Geograph Civil. South Bunbury 3-2-20, lead Busselton 2 points. So the Tigers off to a pretty handy start at Beauville Park.
Ball's picked up outside the D50 now, but Bolton has it. He's brought to ground. The players are tying it up there, waiting for the umpire to blow his whistle, but he's going to let it go. And Dale flings it out. Kendall then got it to a teammate who's hacked it forward. That was Bolton. And now rolls out of play.
And I don't think there'll be too much time on. We're looking at the time clock thanks to Linmark Bearing Equipment and Geograph Industrial Supplies.
So it's about 25 metres around from Donnybrook's goal in the left forward pocket. The umpire's about to bring it back into play.
Might be the scoring end here, Macca.
Clark Deering and Egerton Green goes over the top of them. It's picked up by Falco. He's tackled. What did you say? I wasn't concentrating. What did you say?
No, I was just watching the players swim around there.
Did you say it might be the scoring end?
Yeah, it might be the scoring end.
Yeah. Up they go. One down by Derek. Clark Deering, he gets his hands on again, and then he's bowled over. Umpire's found a free kick. Cooper Clark Deering's going for his 4th shot on goal. He'll be shooting on a 45-degree angle right side for a right footer and probably shooting from about 35 metres out.
Gee, started the game well, the young man.
Oh, he's a very, very good player, Craney. Just growing in stature as the season goes on.
As have the Donnybrook side. Once they lock it in, see Benny Howlett sitting on the half-forward line as Cooper Clark Deering has a shot for goal and pops it through.
Got his second, got Donnybrook second, and suddenly on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard, it's Donnybrook 2-4-16. Harvey yet to score.
Yeah, and I was watching Benny Howlett then as the ball went into that forward line. He plonked himself right on that true centre half forward position and he just marshalled the troops.
Yeah.
So there was no outs for Harvey. Even if Harvey had got to come somewhere, he had all the holes covered.
Yeah, Ben Howlett, he's wise. He's got a lot of footy experience and you can bet your bottom dollar that he'll know exactly how to set things up in today's conditions.
He's
already had a ton of footy himself.
Western Oil Pest Services goal of the day at the moment. Cooper Clark Deering's the only one that's kicked one.
He's kicked 2. So Lucy and Turner go at it. It's Bo Lucy's one down by Turner of the Bulls. All the players go hard at the football. It's Mitchell Kendall coming in and meeting it off the half-back flank for Donnybrook, but the umpire is going to ball it up. Up they go. One down by Turner. Umpire's found a free kick, and it's going to Bo Lucy, who was manhandled in the ruck. Goes for it. I don't know whether he went for a short pass.
I reckon he's going to claim it.
And that was taken by Bolton. He goes, Falco, and then Jeff Smith in slow motion comes out and takes one on the chest.
Yeah, look, he is just absolute class, Jeff Smith. He made that look easier than what it was in these conditions. And the defender had little trouble. He had put the big body there, Macca, and just moved him out the road. It was
a great kick for position by Falco. Anyway, Smith dead in front. He's going to shoot from about 35. Oh, he's got the start of this. Water spraying everywhere. He's popped it up. And he's got it.
Got it.
He's got Donnybrook's third, and this is getting away from Harvey very, very quickly, Craney.
I thought he got bogged there for a minute, Macca. He took off and needed the forward drive.
That's a good effort by the old timer.
It was at that, no doubt about that. But, it's all Donnybrook at the moment. Harvey's struggling to get their hands on the footy around their stoppages. From the centre breaks, it has been Donnybrook, and the stats are rising thanks to the Hollow Beach Bar and Grill. The stats are very lopsided towards the Donnybrook Football Club.
Without a doubt. 3 goals for 22 Donnybrook on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard. Harvey yet to score. Up they go. Turner wins this one down. Coming out and meeting it off the half forward flank was Lester Smith, but couldn't pick it up. And it's tied up, and they'll do it all again.
The forwards down there are getting a bit nippy, mate, for Harvey.
Up they go. It's one down by Turner again.
Here's a go.
Kicked out of the pack by Miller. The coach trundles it forward, but it's met by Howlett. Trundles it up the wing. Kai Lucy's bowled off it.
Wow, what
but
a
it's picked up beautifully by Falco, who drives it forward and then, dropped what he should have taken, did Henderson. Comes out to that man, Cooper Clark Daring. Looks for Big Smith over the back, and he's taken these four. Oh, he plays on! Oh, no, the umpire said, got to come behind your mark. But if you marked it, you don't have to, Craney.
No, I reckon he was off to the races there.
And he was allowed to. He was within his rights. It wasn't a free kick.
And he would have made an absolute certainty. I think he'll go back and pop it through anyway.
Oh, gosh.
But pretty handy again by Cooper Clark Daring. Set it up nicely for Smithy.
Beautiful kick. And he's given Smith a chance to get his second to draw level with him as leading goal kick for the day. Umpires had to do a bit of work, but they like it. He's got it home. Big Smithy's got 2 in 2 minutes. So that will make Donnybrook 4 goals for 26. Harvey yet to score on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard. Craney, I said it was going to be a low-scoring game, but I might have to take that back.
Well, not only yet to score, yet to get it into the forward 50 of Harvey. They just can't get hands on the footy at the moment. It's all Donnybrook, and that little run from Benny Howlett from that half-back line, that showed all class. He just went straight at the footy, 100 mile an hour, didn't worry too much about the conditions, picked it up beautifully, and that started the run-on play.
And Falco's using the ball really well, and obviously Cooper Clark Daring is handling it like it's dry as is Smith. So that's telling me that Harvey are not applying enough pressure on the ball carriers, because no way in these conditions should they be able to use the ball as well as they are, Graney. Up they go. It's one down by Turner. He's having a real go, the big ruckman. Umpire's found a free kick, and it's going to the coach Miller. Oh, and he's kicked it straight into the man on the mark. That was Lynch. Kai Lucy head over the football, can't pick it up. No one can pick it up. It's like a cake of soap down there.
We could have a bath down there, no worries about that, Darren.
It's going to be a ball up just forward to centre wing on this grandstand side for the Bulls. Up they go. It's one down by Gregory. Picked up by the Bulls, brought to ground by Mitchell Kendall. Seems like he's in the same vein as his brother. Doesn't mind putting his head over it and laying tackles, Craney.
That's part and parcel of Donnybrook's game, isn't it? They don't mind tackling.
In their DNA. Lynch couldn't take the ball cleanly. Gregory gets a handball out. Now with his head over the footy is Brandon Hill. Still can't pick it up. It's splashing and sploshing everywhere. Firmino hacks it forward, but standing underneath it and taking a nice mark back there is Bedford. So Bedford now comes along down the line. Daring! jeez.
Wow.
Crony, have you ever seen a marking exhibition like this in these conditions?
And that kick wasn't too bad either.
And he's gone to the hot spot. That was on his left foot too, mind you. Thanks very much. They've gone inside 50 now. Bruce Smith comes out, throws his weight around. Umpire said he's put the boots in and it's soccering in danger. So the coach Miller for Harvey gets the kick. Cooper Clark, Daring.
Oh, he's done it again.
Right into the mark. Oh, bang. Daring's tried to knock out Egerton. Harvey get the ball. Falco trying to pick it up. Egerton pushes him off. He still managed to find it, but only got it to the player in Miller. Howlett dives, nearly takes it cleanly. Ball spills out. They still fight over it. Spills out again, getting their head over the footy. Femino now hacks it forward. She's on for young and old. The intensity's up, that's for sure. Ooh. Big soccer off there by Beggs. All plus Femino now again, head over it. Picks it up, gets a handball out. That was good work to Jovanovic. And then, going hard with the big kick was Shaw. Here's Miller again, fighting hard for his side. Ball spills out of his hands as he tries to kick it. He tackles the Donnybrook player, and Donnybrook scoot away with it now. Going inside was Bolton. Falco's going to pick it up off the deck. He's tackled as he does. Is it with or without it? Umpire lets it go, and there's going to be a throw-in for Dale Alcock, Southwest Homes.
We're looking for a tackle of the game too from Bunbury Mower Services. Maccabi, in fairness to players, they wouldn't have played in these conditions ever, if ever.
I'm just in awe at the moment of what Cooper Clark Daring's doing. Miller hacks it up to Pickett. Pickett tried to get it to Femino. Femino's just playing with himself at the moment with the game, just handballing it to himself.
Oh.
Donnybrook get it forward just by Mitchell Kendall. Now the ball's repelled again. Turner, dropped what he should have taken. Here's Mitchell Kendall again, head over the footy.
I don't know whether there is one you should have taken out there this afternoon.
Yeah.
But you're probably right. He did everything right. He hit the ball 100 mile an hour.
He's having a real go, the big ruckman for Harvey. He's their best player at the moment for mine, just for intent. He wins the knock. Down to Miller, who's also having a crack. Tackled by Mitchell Kendall. He's got an appetite for it, Craney.
He has at that. And
that's close to a tackle of the day for Bunbury Mower Services.
Bunbury Mower Services, let's put him down for that, eh?
One down by Turner. Falco pushes the ball out to a teammate in Harris. Now they go long. Smith's there. Can't take it. Really good work by the defender in Cody Smith. It was Smith on Smith. Trying to kick the ball and they're just getting the feet caught in puddles.
That was a good call by the umpire because there is a lot of soccering going on. So he's called it soccer in danger against Smith.
So Cody Smith for the Bulls brings it out. But standing right at the top of 50 is Falco. Jordan Falco. And he's going to go to the pocket from 55. Cooper Clark Daring. He still marked it, but it was out of play.
Falco started well, hasn't he?
Oh, he has. And he uses the ball very well as well. And he's positioning himself well outside 50.
Yeah, they're setting up nicely. And once again, Benny Howlett doing a beautiful job back here.
Ball comes back in for Dale Alcock, Southwest Homes. Run down by Jeff Smith. Harvey clear it out of defence. There was Mitchell Kendall went for the mark there. Flying through was Falco. Now there's Big Gibber. Gets the handball out to Bedford. Bedford puts a spiral into the hot spot. Pickett can't mark it for the Bulls, but gets it off the deck, gets it to a teammate, then gets it back, and then mongrels the ball out of defence. They're there and waiting, though, the Donnybrook defenders, and away they go. Balls come back to the top of 50. Daring! Clark Daring, and he plays on immediately on the left foot, out there, and on the chest, Lynch. Wow.
He is having an absolute bottler as he comes off for a bit of a rest onto the Harvey Norman interchange bench, and he deserves a rest. Yeah. That's 6 marks in the first quarter without stats.
He is.
For the Hollow Beach
He is running hot for Half House, I tell you.
Absolutely. That's an outstanding quarter.
He's more than warming up, Craney. He is red hot. In comes Lynch. Almost dead in front from 50. It's not going to make the distance. The ball spills down the bottom. There's a soccer off the ground. Kai Lucy claimed it. Umpire said it was touched. If I was Kai Lucy, I would have claimed it too. Actually, it wasn't Kai Lucy, it was Harris. I would have claimed it too if I was Harris in these conditions. 31, Malice takes the mark in the back pocket for Harvey. Standing the mark is Bo Lucy, the ruckman. He comes down the boundary line. The ball spills over the back. Still in play. Mitchell Kendall been impressive the last 5 minutes. Dodges one, then hacks it inside 50. On the chest there to Jacob. Kendall can't mark. Picked up by Firmino. Just hacks it forward, but waiting there. And then playing on beautifully is Dale after taking that mark. Jeff Smith and marks it, pushed in the back, marks it on the second grab, and he's going to have a shot for goal. He's going to have to have a shot
up to the mark.
He's going to
reckon.
have a shot before he hits that puddle, I reckon, Craney.
I reckon you're right. That is a massive puddle, although there's not too much of the ground that's not underwater.
Yeah, he started.
But I tell you what, it's been an impressive start by Donnybrook, considering taking everything into account.
45-degree angle, right side for a right footer. He's going to kick it from about 25. Jeffrey Smith, the old stager, puts it up straight as an arrow, and he's got his third. Who would have ever thought on a day like today you could say you've had 3 goals in the first quarter?
And looking at that scoreboard over there, thanks to Southwest Isuzu, 5 goals, 5, if you don't mind, 29 Donnybrook. That's an outstanding start, Macca. We thought 8 or 9 might win the game of footy, but by gee, they put paid to that very, very early.
It's actually 35. 5 goals, 535.
535. What did I say?
They're still doing their sums.
Oh,
they weren't ready for us.
Well, we were too quick. That's unusual for me. Lomax always said you need to catch up.
A 35-point margin, and we would be 2/3 of the way through this first quarter. As coming into the ruck is Gregory on Turner. Turner's won the knock. Getting his head over the footy was Vidovic, but Jacob Kendall, got it to Howlett by hand. Ball pitches and skids. They're at the half-forward flank for Donnybrook. Ball spills out. Firmino, his kick smothered. Picked up by Gerard as he runs through. Handball taken. Harvey gathered, then stripped of it. They're still trying to find their way out of defence with the football. Really good work there by Vidovic, and he hacks it to the middle of the ground, but standing underneath it, taking a good safe mark is Beggs. Plays on to Giblet. Giblet goes inside 50. Ball bounces. Harris picks it up beautifully, hooks it around on his left foot, dribbles it forward. Harvey intercept, and away they go. Coming across the ground, and there's a mark on the chest to Lester Smith. Plays on quickly, not the best kick. It pitches, skids and rolls out of bounds just outside D50.
That's the problem Harvey are having, aren't they? They just can't find a target. And on the flip side of that, Donnybrook are using the ball exceptionally well. Even a run-pass link-up handball, a very, very good job.
So there'll be a throw-in for Dale Alcock, Southwest Homes. Brandon Hill just couldn't get there in time to pick that one up. If that kick was a bit better, he probably would have been able to mark it. Ball comes back into play. One down by Gregory, tips it over the back. It's picked up nicely by Donnybrook in Jeddah, got his handball away. Now with his head over the football is Bolton. They struggle at it at 40 metres out from Donnybrook's goal, and there's going to be a ball up for KFC.
Tell you what, we're looking for the best on ground too, thanks to WA Carpet Supermarket. Cooper Clark Daring has put his name right in the headlights early on.
He could carpet a whole house at the moment, the way he's been going. Ball's tied up by Miller for Harvey Bulls, and he's won a free kick for a high tackle. He's battled hard this quarter, Craney.
Thanks to City and Regional Fuels for your support this afternoon.
Goes long.
Oh, needing to take that.
Teammate can't mark. That was his teammate in Shaw. Donnybrook now repel ever so slightly. They tie it up, and that was Falco laying the tackle there. And they'll ball it up just forward to centre for Donnybrook. Ball's one down by Gregory. Came to Falco, snapped it forward. Kendall can't get a hold of it. Lester Smith for the Bulls just mongrels it forward. Oh, nearly a good mark taken by Donnybrook. First foray forward for the Bulls. Picked up beautifully by Gualter. Goes out to the pocket, puts it into space, sets his teammate a task. Oh, there's mud flying everywhere. Giblet gets a handball away. There's Bedford. Soccer's on his left. Got it out to Gerard, who picks it up, and then he's ridden into the dirt. Umpire lets it go. They're all calling holding the ball, and it is holding the ball. Bit unlucky by Gerard there, but
at least Harvey got it into the side their first forward 50 move.
Jovanovic gets it to Firmino. Firmino too far out to score. He's saying get to the top of the square and just goes for the mongrel torp into the pocket. No one can take it, and it's come off the hands of Hinchcliffe and rolls out of bounds. A throw in for Dale Alcock, Southwest Homes. 25 metres around in Harvey's right forward pocket.
They need to make the most of this. This is one of the very few times they've been, in fact, only the second time they've been side forward 50 as Harvey.
Turner and Gregory. Turner nearly took it out of the ruck, but it's Kicked out of there by Bolton of Donnybrook. Miller stopped it, then slaps it forward. It's back inside the 50 for Harvey. And then Bolton gets a handball out to Lynch. Lynch skies the ball out, and there's the siren. And that's the end of a very, very, very impressive quarter by the Donnybrook Football Club here at Harvey Oval.
It was at that very entertaining first quarter of footy. Surprised us a little bit. I hope the game continues on this trend and Harvey can fight their way back in. We'll find out after the break. First quarter done and dusted, and it was a magnificent quarter by the Donnybrook Football Club. They're 5 goals, 5-35 in her very tough conditions, and Harvey are yet to trouble the scorers. Thanks to KFC and our great mates at Dale Alcock Homes. A very interesting first quarter, Macca, but some of the work by Donnybrook was outstanding.
Oh, absolutely. Just obviously playing wet weather footy, but not a lot of...
I think it was better than wet weather footy.
Not a lot, well, with the way they set up behind the ball, and not a lot of pressure on the ball carrier forward, and they've been executing their skills, Falco, Howlett, when they're bringing the ball forward, just absolutely beautifully. And you can throw Bolton in that as well. And then up forward, you've had Smith and Cooper Clark-Daring handling the ball like it is dry. Cooper Clark-Daring blowing up the stats for... who's our stats sponsor?
Hollow Beach Bar, mate. We should know the Hollow Beach Bar.
Blowing up the stats for the Hollow Beach Bar with...
they're nice and warm up there.
With his...
umpire holds the ball
with
aloft.
his 5 or 6 marks.
We're ready to start the second quarter, and here's Darren McDonald.
They go for KFC. It's one down by Turner of the Bulls. Ball's immediately tied up in the middle of the ground, and they will do it again. Now, Harvey were appealing for a free kick. That was Salazano saying for holding the ball, but umpire said, no, we'll just ball it up. So up they go again for KFC in the watering hole. One down there by Gregory, but pushed forward by Pickett of the Bulls. Now picked up by Bolton. He's brought to ground.
We'll just see if this is a scoring end, won't we, Macca?
Absolutely. There's no wind to speak of.
There is not. It is very, very still.
Falco gives the ball back to the umpire. Up they go again. One down by Turner. He's really battled hard. Kicked out of the pack by the Bulls. Trying to kick it forward was Jovanovic. He's missed it on the second attempt. Howlett swung about 40 times, did a 720, then missed the ball with his boot. Jovanovic won the tackle and
that didn't work too good.
Not great to do torps in this kind of weather. And then it's picked up there by Gwalter. He scrubs it forward. There's a flying shot on goal, but it's out on the full. But their first real foray forward today.
Yeah, I told you this was a scoring end.
Yeah, you are the wise old owl of the Southwest footy. Ball to be brought back into play by McCosker. In the back pocket for Donnybrook. Gets it to the top of the 50. Lester Smith pulled out of the contest. Picked up by Pickett. Thumps it forward. Standing underneath it, showing really good courage, was McCosker. Really good courage. McCosker goes a little bit straighter this time, and Falco, good mark at the top of the 50, just the flat hands to pat it down. Goes up to Jacob Kendall, he can't mark. Lynch trips over him as he takes a footy. He's tackled, he might want to get rid of it. Spits out to Kendall, he can't handle it. Pickett battling in there very hard for the Bulls. The cavalry have arrived, and it's going to be very hard to get the ball out of there as Cody Smith picked it up and was tackled by Lynch.
That's where we need it, right in front of us, Macca.
It is. It's been there all day, which has been, quite a treat. Turner got it down to Femino. He's put it up high. Umpire said play on, not going to pay the mark. Kendall picks it up one hand, then Pickett comes in like a bulldozer. Umpire's going to ball it up right in front of the commentary box here at Harvey Oval.
Perched up in a magnificent old grandstand at Harvey Oval.
It is a beautiful grandstand. One down by Gregory to Kendall. Gets away from the pack, puts it on the outside of the right boot stand. Cooper Clark-Daring flying and taking another clean grab. Good contested mark. Gets it to Kai Lucy with a beautiful short pass. He's at high half forward. Goes on the left foot. Finds Cooper Clark-Daring again, who was running back to position. They can't pick it up. That was Vidovic who's pushed the ball. Comes back to Jacob Kendall. He got it out there beautifully to a teammate in Brown, and then the ball is stuck at the top of the 50. Cooper Clark-Daring tries to weave some magic, goes to Harris. He can't pick it up. They're laying on top of it. Miller tries to storm his way through rugby style, and the umpire's going to ball it up just inside 50 for the Donnybrook Footy Club. Rightio. Everyone having a fair bit to say there. It's Smith and Egerton Green. One down by Egerton Green. Kendall's there at the coal face. He's tackled by Egerton Green. Could have been a bit high. Umpire lets it go. Now they, through Fimino, the ball is skied. And that's a very, very good fist by Vidovic. And somehow Harvey get it out of defence. But McCosker with another saving mark at centre half forward. True centre half forward position. He goes wide. He's seen something he likes out there. And he's hit a teammate on the chest. And that's Jackson. Jackson goes into the pocket. Can't quite hit the kick. And Cooper Clark-Deering made every attempt to mark it. Water flying everywhere, and the ball will be thrown in for Dale Alcock, Southwest Homes.
Bit of a shout out to my co-host, Jared O'Brien. He's sitting by the fire with his feet up.
Oh, shout out. he should be showing true grit and helping us out here.
Yeah, he is. He just sent me a message. How you boys going?
Kai Lucy's got it outside 50 for Donnybrook, and it's stripped of him now. They still fight over at the players. Umpire letting it go. Not bad umpiring, actually. Kai Lucy sits on top of his opponent now, and the umpire's going to ball it up 60 metres out from Donnybrook's goal on a 45-degree angle on the far side. 5-5-35, Donnybrook to Harvey yet to score on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard. Getting it forward is Hinchcliffe just for the Bulls. Harris comes in, dives on the footy. Umpire has said that he was sliding in, and that was well adjudicated. Lester Smith comes out with the football, not the best kick. They were all tripping over. That was Mitchell Kendall. Storming through there was Marr. He couldn't pick it up. Now going inside 50, they go Smith from Donnybrook. Come Mark Lucy picks up, carried forward, gets handball. Daring gets a toe on it. Cooper Clark-Deering. Head over the footy there was Henderson of the Bulls. They're still fighting for it in this forward pocket. It's pulled out to Cooper Clark-Deering, gets a handball out to Lynch. Can't quite get boot to ball. It's trapped there. The umpire's got to ball it up this time, and he will. Just in front of the points there for Donnybrook.
Yeah, fair bit of action going on. Not much going through the goal at the minute, Macca, but both sides having a fair crack at it.
The intensity's there. Smith takes it out of the ruck. He's stripped of it immediately. Coming through is Cody Smith. And he's wrapped up by Jeff Smith, and there'll be a ball up.
And I think that's what Miller would have asked the Harvey Bulls there, to just lift their intensity around the footy.
Pressure. Big fist out there by Jeff Smith. It's come out and it's hooked around the corner by Gualter. Ball's outside 50, and it's about to come back inside for Donnybrook. Howlett off the side of the boot. Play on now. Gualter's got it again. Just thumps it. But sitting underneath it's McCosker. Can't mark on this occasion. Marr can't pick it up. Goes with Howlett. Takes his time. He's dropped after he kicked it. It's going to be down the ground, and guess who's going to have it? No.
Is he going to bring it back?
He's bringing it back. Gee.
Yeah, I think he's going to bring it back.
The crowd think the same as us, Croney, that it should have been down the ground because it was after he kicked it. 55 out, right side for a right footer on a 45-degree angle. He'll be looking for someone to kick it to. They're all waving out the back, and he just goes to the teeth of goal. They fly. No one can mark. Plenty on the ground. It stacks on the mill there as they work pretty hard for it. Hinchcliffe, fair on his backside there with the football, trying to get it away, but it's pretty hard to get a handle on this footy, Croney.
Donnybrook working the Harvey Norman interchange bench pretty heavily here. It's not a spot you want to be sitting today, would you?
No,
I think you'd rather be out there.
Not unless you had the old dressing gowns, like the old days.
Let's bring them back a few days, Mac.
and a foot heater, a blow heater. All right. We're going to have a ball up right in front of the points here, and it's been in this forward pocket for seems like an eternity. Smith and Egerton Green. Smith gets it to Daring, dummies, then his kick smothered.
Brilliant smother.
Ball's brought out of defence beautifully by Vidovic, just smacks it forward, and all waiting there is Donnybrook. It's with Dale. Dale just goes whack to the pocket, and it's out on the full, and it looks like Vidovic will take the kick in.
Thanks to the Bank of Queensland too for your support this afternoon.
Any coaches' moves for the Bank of Queensland yet, Craney?
I think they're ringing a few off this interchange bench.
Righto. Vidovic tries to go across goals in these conditions, and it's hit the teeth of goal. Oh, Jeff Smith pulled up. Lester Smith picks it up, and he just continues to bring the ball out this side awkwardly as he comes. Here comes Mitchell Kendall. Good pick up. Doesn't have the football. when I say that good pick-up, he had intent to pick it up, couldn't quite get the handle, and just as it came out of his hands, he was tackled, so without the footy. Sorry if there was any confusions to our listeners out there. If you're watching it on YouTube, you would know what I meant.
On the SEN app, actually, mate.
Oh, SEN app. And then you've got Lester Smith on the mark. Pretty tight angle. Right side for a right footer. Squares it up. They stand underneath it. No one can mark. Big Smith takes it out. Gets it to Kai Lucy. It won't be carrying 15 metres. Taken by Cooper Clark-Daring, and he's wrapped up, and it's in the other forward pocket, Croney.
Yeah, time is ticking away thanks to Limmark Bearings and Geograph Industry Supplies.
Big knockdown by Egerton Green. Picked up by Miller of Harvey. Drives it out fence, and there's a good mark.
That's a nice one.
Oh,
he
umpire
hasn't
hasn't paid it. That's interesting.
A little bit stiff in these conditions.
He's asking the questions too, the big fella in Shaw, because I thought that was a pretty good mark.
He was sure, wasn't he?
Yeah. With the amount of water here, you would think we're on a seashore at the moment. Up they go. One down there by Bo Lucy, picked up by Femino. Has a couple of goes at it, gets a handball out of D50. Gualter, oh, it wasn't Gualter, it was Celesano goes hard. Ball goes straight up in the air. They stand underneath it. No one really attacks it. McCosker's got his head over it now. Ball's not really moving at all. It's just caught in this slosh pit. Kai Lucy gets it up and under. Trying to force the ball forward was Bolton. Umpire says play on. They're all appealing for free kicks. Bedford gets the run on it. Picked up beautifully by Coates. Gets a handball away. And they're all slipping over. That was really good work there by Ma. And Harvey bring the ball away. Ball hits and pitches on their halfback flank. It's a good pick up by Martin. Puts the kick and Archer Coates gets in the way and takes the mark. He's just gone over the top there. It's just made it to Bolton. He's taken off, given a handball to a teammate. He's gone back to Bolton. Bolton then gets it to Gerard.
Gee, they did that pretty well. Worked it nicely.
Gerard swings it around to the hot spot. No one can mark. And they clear it again to Harvey through Martin. Here comes Dale. Picks it up nicely. Has a look. Short pass. No one can mark. Here comes Falco. Runs to 40. Looks for the short pass, and he picks out Egerton Green. Takes a mark on his chest. Comes out here to Martin in the back pocket.
Not going to be much time on in this one, I don't think, Macca.
Mark on his chest. Puts the ball on his side and just tumbles it forward. Pickett met it well. Now he picks it up. Goes forward again, looking for his teammate in Ma, who can't go. And Howlett picks it up and repels again, stops and delivers to Jacob Kendall.
That was outstanding by Coates then. Slid into the ball and used it very nicely back to Howlett.
Kendall went to go to the hot spot, come off the side of the boot. Getting out after it is Gerard. Picks it up, tackled as he does so. They managed to tie it up, Harvey, just over on the far half-forward flank. And on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard, it still reads Donnybrook 5-5-35 to Harvey yet to score. So
a lot of work going in, Mac.
They've stemmed the tide.
Well, they have, and that's why Dean Miller would have asked for the Harvey Bulls.
One down by Turner. Picked up by Gerard. Gets a handball to Bolton. It slips through his hands, and it's kicked out of there by Brandon Hill. Storming through is Coates. Push the ball forward with a heap of water at the same time. Pickett. Head over the footy. And then Davis slung as he kicked it, or tried to kick it. Ball's still in dispute. Oh. No one can pick it up. No one can get a handle on it.
That is hard work.
Mitchell Kendall put his head over the footy. I like the way he goes about it. And he's won a free kick.
Done well, hasn't he, Mitch Kendall?
Yep, he has a real appetite. As you said, it's in their DNA. Goes to the hot spot. They set themselves staring. Nearly takes an absolute beauty. Falco picks it up, and he's got a high tackle, and he'll have a free kick right in front of goal, and he'll kick from about 40 metres out. Falco, been pretty impressive.
He's been very impressive. He's been a great inclusion into this Donnybrook League side. We all know he can play the game, and he just gets a lot of the footy. He uses it well, right on his distance here, though.
Here he is, fresh from the mud bath. He's probably going to kick it from about 40. Walking in now, swirling the ball in his hands, gets to 40, lets go. It's low and hard. Clark-Daring come mark, Lucy off the ground. Harris off the ground. This time the umpire will pay it. And that's a goal to Harris.
It broke the doubt there a little bit. We went a long time there going before he went on the scoreboard. It'll give us a quick chance to go around the grounds thanks to Geograph Civil. South Bunbury 3 goals, 3-21. They lead Bustleton 1 goal, 3-9. Goals to Richie Boyne, Craig Hutchison and Ben Horsman for South, and 1 to Dylan Patterson for Bustleton. So not very tough going up at Bustleton there for those two sides.
Low scoring affair, whereas on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard here, it is Donnybrook 6-5-41 to Harvey, still yet to score, although Harvey have been extremely competitive this quarter.
Yeah, it's been a real arm wrestle, hasn't it?
Yeah.
The beauty of Donnybrook, though, they know how to lock it in. And Harvey Bulls are finding it very difficult to break that exit. So they're always under pressure.
You see those good players like Benny Howlett, he picks up the ball in a heap of mud and water and his players everywhere. He just stops and gains composure before he kicks. He's not trying to kick it on the run, and therefore he can deliver it a bit better as Lucy picks the ball up, goes around the corner to centre half forward. We're asking a bit of Jetta. He gets the ball up to Harris. Harris tackled as he handballs it away. It's just inside 50 now. Lynch shovels it forward, and Smith on the chest. Really good work there by Donnybrook.
Yeah, they just keep bulldozing it forward, but they bulldoze it forward with a percentage in mind. It's not just whack it forward. They actually work for the best possible advantage. It's not always going to work in these conditions, but even if you put it to a little bit of your percentage, it'll work out all right.
So Smith's going to kick it from about 35 metres out, dead in front, going for goal number 4. In he comes, through the puddle. Let's go. There's a bit of a splash, and he's got it straight through the eye a little. If he was in a diving contest, it wouldn't have got a high mark, Croney, because he had that splash through the puddle. But
not
anyway,
too bad, though, is it?
It was
That's
a beautiful drop punt, though.
4th goal for the afternoon. Bear in mind, he just played a game at Twos, did Jeff Smith. He's an absolute
really?
star. Absolutely brilliant by Smith, and he doesn't get any smaller, does he? And
No.
I like the man on the mark's attempt to stop him from kicking the goal. It didn't work because it went straight as an arrow, and he comes off for a well-earned rest onto the Harvey Norman interchange bench. Does big Jeff Smith.
And on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard, Donnybrook 7-5-47. Harvey yet to score.
Yeah, and finding a way for Harvey to score.
Yeah. One down by Bo Lucy. Getting his head over the football is Brandon Hill. Gets it out, but Donnybrook get the ball forward. Rover running it is Harris, but he goes back and dives on it. Umpire says, I'll have it, and he'll ball it up at just left of centre half forward.
I know Harvey Bulls haven't scored yet, but Donnybrook have been super impressive. They have been absolutely superb.
One down by Turner of the Bulls, but it's Shark by Howlett. Just drives it forward. Lucy can't mark. That's Kai Lucy. They fight over the footy again. Now it's taken by Gwalter. And he
That's a good grab, the big fella.
Yeah, found Turner. Turner now comes out wide. He's got a player on the run there. It is Martin. He picks it up. Harris has come in and given him company. He's brought to ground. Umpire says, I'll have it. Said he didn't have prior. He could have done a little bit better there, Harvey. I know the conditions are tough, but he did have a fair...
Well, that's the difference between the two sides at the moment, Mac.
One down by Bo Lucy, straight to Falco. Off the outside of the boot, there comes Cooper Clark Derring's picked up there by Salazano, and he's won a free kick. Battling on the little back pocketer. Comes out.
That's a good kick.
Finds Martin. This time Martin marks the ball on his chest. He goes back inside, finds Gwalter. No, it's not Gwalter. It is Cody Smith. Cody Smith comes out, and Firmino's on the boundary on that left half back flank. Firmino says we're going to go LDL. Long down the line. Goes for the big mongrel torp. They sit underneath it. Turner nearly takes a really strong mark. Ploughing through was Miller, and the umpire's going to ball it up right on the members' wing.
He leads by example, doesn't he, Miller?
He does. Really well. Oh, Lucy's thrown
Top
out of it by
road.
Turner. Lynch picks it up, and he's customarily just been hacking the ball forward today and having a bit of an effect for his side. It's gone out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Dale Alcock Southwest Homes.
Looking for the tackle of the day thanks to Bunbury Mower Service.
Yeah.
And the lights are on,
Oh, the
which is
lights
just
are
as
on.
well. I hope they turn the lights on in here, Macca.
And the cars have got their
The
lights on
car's
too.
got lights.
Lights on everywhere. Ball slipped over the back of the pack. It's gathered there by Harvey. Handball comes out there.
Ooh.
It came out there to
Beautiful pickup.
by Kendall. And now the ball's hacked forward by the Harvey Bulls. McCosker standing there
That's
with
a good
Pickett.
grab.
Pickett took a good mark on the wing in the mud pit.
Where to from here, though, from Pickett?
And he just does a little chip pass, trying to find Turner. He had to get down very low in these conditions, the big man. It's a battle for it here at the halfback flank for Donnybrook. No one can get a handle on it. Ball's getting spat out. McCosker head over the footy, gets a handball to Coates. Coates then gets his boot to ball, gets it forward. Pickett trying to earn a free kick. Kendall does very well. Right boot, gets it to centre forward. Daring. Oh, met solidly
That is
by Mellis. Front on contact, surely.
No, he got absolutely sandwiched there, did
and he's
Cooper
in
Clark
a bit of
Daring.
trouble.
Yeah, he's...
Where's the front on contact, Alan?
He got absolutely sandwiched there. He's up, the young fella, though. That's a good sign.
And jogging off. That's good.
But he got absolutely crunched there.
And good courage, good eyes on the footy. Kendall has it now from that stoppage. Ball's picked up by Cody Smith. He stripped of it fairly quickly, and Harvey managed to get it forward somehow. McCosker had a pretty good quarter. Mongrels it forward, out to the half-forward flank. Harris can't mark. He's battled manfully. Now the ball's picked up by Martin of Harvey. He went to go. He
had nowhere to go.
Didn't have a left foot.
But he had 3-on-1 there too, and he was looked up up front, and all he could see was the opposition players. So
we might be getting close to time in this quarter, you'd think, Alan.
I think we will. The clock, thanks to Linmark Bearing Equipment. Just have a quick look at Dean Lomax's. And 2 minutes down.
So the ball comes in for Dale Alcock Southwest Homes. No one can pick it up. There is a lot of water on this ground, and it's still raining.
It's getting worse, isn't it?
Oh, far out. And Kendall, he's stripped of it. It is just really, really hot in the kitchen in there.
Our man back in the studios comes from Melbourne. He reckon he played in a few of these games.
I'll tell you what, this is a duck pond today.
It is, absolutely.
Up they go, Gregory, and it's one down by Hinchcliffe. Picked up by Hallett. He's been very good today. Got it out to Gerard. Gerard puts it out in front of Cooper Clark Daring. Can't pick it up. He runs back on it. He's got Vidovic with him. Vidovic picks it up and he's tackled by Kai Lucy.
I can honestly say I've been
pocket.
around footy for a long time in this area, Macca. I don't think I've seen a ground like this for a long time.
No, neither have I. Ball's one down by Cooper Clark Daring. Now it's picked up by Vidovic, and he fires out, and it's marked out there by Falco now at centre forward for Donnybrook. He goes long to the pocket, big fist up there, and there's the siren for half-time. And on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard, it's Donnybrook 7-5-47 leading Harvey here at Harvey Oval, and Harvey stemmed the bleeding a little bit, but it looks like the damage is already done, Alan.
As you said, half-time here at the Oval in what is very wet conditions. We're going to come back shortly with the Hollow Beach Bar and Grill half-time chat. It is half-time in the clash between the Harvey Bulls and the Donnybrook Football Club, and a pretty commanding lead to the Donnybrook Football Club. 7 goals, 5-47 to Harvey Bulls, yet to register a score. This is the Hollow Beach Bar and Grill half-time chat. It'll be wonderful sitting up there in front of that nice warm fire overlooking the Indian Ocean, because the conditions here are a little bit tough. Goal scorers for this afternoon so far. Jeff Smith, the big fella, been fantastic. He has 4. Cooper Clark Daring has 2. And 1 to Braden Harris. And Harvey Bulls, well, they haven't got on the scoreboard yet, Macca. But they did tighten it up a little bit in that first quarter. That first quarter, I thought they let Donnybrook run a bit loose, and they tightened it up a bit in the second.
Absolutely, they did. Yeah, 5 goals to Donnybrook in that first quarter, and then only 2 in the second, and they had to wait until that quarter had really progressed before they got those 2. But yeah, they just battled on. They got a little bit more desperate in their defence. They got numbers to help out. Vidovic and Femino and Miller as their midfield crew worked through that defensive 50 and just hacking it out. Lester Smith worked pretty hard as well, but as all to no avail, they couldn't get it past their centre line. I think they've had 3 inside 50s for the day, if we're bringing up some stats for the Hollow Beach Bar. So it's been pretty sparse. If you're a forward there for Harvey today, you'd be wanting to sit in front of that big fire there.
Well, it has, and in fairness to the players, the ground has chopped up even more in that second half.
Yeah.
We've had continuous rain here, and the more play we get on it, we've had 3 games this afternoon already, and it is getting more difficult. That first quarter by Donnybrook, that was absolutely brilliant. Their ball handling, their use of percentage, and their finishing off was outstanding. It's
certainly very sloshy, and they made the most of that first quarter, and not enough pressure from Harvey in that first quarter, but Falco and Bolton and Ben Howlett were just using the ball beautifully and getting it to the hot spot nice and high. And Cooper Clark-Daring and big Jeffrey Smith were taking the ball like it was dry. The overhead marking was incredible. And, but then, in that second quarter, like we said, the pressure rose, but Benny Howlett still that touch of class. You could see when he got the ball in congestion and everyone else is sloshing around like fish and laying on there like they're slapping around on the beach. But he just stopped, just steady a bit before he kicked, or he'd stand still and then they'd all swing by him, and then he'd be composed when he kicked it rather than trying to kick while he's on the run and you have your foot slip out from under you and things like that. It's just his experience and his natural ability as well.
And his coaching ability. You watch him, he stands, puts himself on that true centre-half forward line, sets them all up, and just Harvey can't find an out. Well, it's pretty entertaining, although it's a bit one-sided, Macca. Pretty entertaining first half in these conditions. We're going to take a quick break. This is the Hollow Beach Bar and Grill halftime chat. We'll be back shortly. For SEN Spirits coverage of the Southwest Football League. This is the Hollow Beach Bar and Grill halftime chat. And you wouldn't believe it, Macca, but I just got a message from Richie. And he's saying it looks a little bit nippy in the grandstand there, boys. Well, Richie Brown, I can tell you, it is a bit chilly, mate. So we're enjoying it, though. It's always great to call the Southwest Football League. Well, on the Southwest Isuzu scorebook, Donnybrook 7-5 to the Harvey Bulls, yet to trouble the scorers. A bit of work to do for the Bulls. Both sides are back out on the ground. I think they shortened that half-time break. You don't really want to be sitting in the clubhouse when you're all wet like that. So
no.
The conditions, well, for garage doors, it is still wet.
Yeah, it's
although it stopped raining, which is a bit of a start.
Stopped raining, but it won't improve the conditions any.
No, that's so. Not far away from getting the second half underway. Harvey, look, they did tighten it up a little bit, and they just got to keep putting that pressure and using the ball a little bit better. I know that's hard to say in these conditions, but Donnybrook, that's where they're getting on top of them. They're using the ball to that percentage for them, where the Harvey Bulls are just whacking on the boot. I can see where they're trying to go, Macca, but it's just not quite working for them.
Umpires are waiting for everyone to be set. When they're satisfied, they will give the signal, and now they are. There's a siren to start this second half, and up they go. Gregory and Turner. It's one down by Turner. Actually, it was Bo Lucy and Turner. Ball's taken there by Falco. Comes out to the grandstand half-forward flank. And then Kai Lucy has the ball at the top of 50. Goes to the hot spot. Look at Smith. Gets his hands on it. Can't mark. Ball's taken by Henderson for the Bulls, and now it's marked by Martin.
Gee, I thought Big Smitty was going to swallow that.
He looked like he was. He's got 4 goals already.
Oh, that was an
Martin,
interesting
just
kick.
A funny old kick, looking for his coach. Dropped what he should have taken. Harris looking to get the football out to Bolton.
I'm not quite sure what you'd call that kick.
I'd say you'd call it a muck-up. That was Brown that was waiting out to receive that from Harris.
You haven't got your Buckingham the Butcher's big moment out yet, Macca.
Oh, that was in the first 5 minutes with Cooper Clark-Daring. Rightio. There's Firmino. He's stripped of it, and seeing the footy over the line. Seeing the footy over the line was Jetta, Donnybrook. So just in front of the grandstand here. Ball comes back into play for Dale Alcock Southwest Homes. It's one down by Turner, and then there's a free kick.
Just a quick around the grounds thanks to Geograph Civil. 17-minute mark of the third quarter. South Bunbury 4 goals, 3-27. Lee Busselton 1-3-9. Goal to Jace Cormack.
And McCosker comes through the middle of the ground and spots up Harris beautifully at centre half forward. Harris goes back. Smith's got them one out. They're starting to come into the corridor now. They go out wide. There's Bedford. Takes the ball on his chest. Goes on his left foot. The up-and-comer. And Kai Lucy dives into a big pool of water and takes a mark on his chest.
That's got to be a 9.
Takes a big diving splash mark on his chest, Kailusi.
Tell you what, Bedford's a good young player too. Keep an eye on him as he goes through the ranks.
He's a rising star for Hemp Brothers, as is Mitchell Kendall today. He goes for the spiral. No one can mark it. Ball's at the teeth of goal there for Donnybrook. Lynch trying to gather that ball. He'll try and hack it out like he has done all day. Cody Smith for the Bulls dives in, ties it up, and the umpire's going to ball it up 25 metres dead in front of the
Hopefully
Donnybrook
someone
goal.
will get a crack at this for the Western All Pest Services goal of the day. We're still looking for one of them, Macca.
Let's see what happens. Transpires. One down by Smith.
If you could conjure one up, it'd be good.
Hacked out by Fimino. And then Mellis had his head over the footy and he's won a free kick. Looking for someone to give it to. He goes long down the outer side. That's a mismark by Bo Lucy. Picked up by Kendall. He's brought to ground. It's picked up by Bolton. Got it out to Trent Brown. Brown fumbled the ball and now it's picked up by Gwalter of Harvey and he's kicked the ball out on the full in trying to clear the kick. So it's going to be kicked in by McCosker. He's had a good second quarter and he's mucked up the kick as he's tried to get it to Jeddah. And the ball is now out of play. It'll be a ball in for Dale Alcock, Southwest Homes.
We're looking for a CPR outdoor centre marker of the day too. Which, that's going to take a bit of beating from that first mark from young Cooper Clark.
Absolutely. Ball comes back into play for Dale Alcock, Southwest Homes. Well attacked by Bo Lucy. Gets a handball away. Coming through was Martin of Harvey. Hacks it out and then a good juggling mark there by Jackson. Jackson now goes long on his left boot, or went to go long on his left boot, and he's found Kailusi on his chest again.
He's going to take that down as a pass, there's no doubt about that.
He's loving his slipping and sliding.
He is, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't quite as much. He had more splash, so you get less points for that other one. So not enough, that's probably an 8.5, that one.
So he's going to have a shot from 35 metres out, Kailusi.
So do we have the best dive of the day, thanks to Bank of Queensland Bunbury?
He's on the right side for a right footer. Goes on his left. He's put it up nice and high, and he's got it home, Kailusi. Good effort.
Excellent effort, and he's been very good all day too.
Yeah, he's battled very hard in the contest, put his head over the football on a number of occasions.
Doesn't mind having a crack at it, does it? And it's not as easy as all that to put your head over the footy. I know people keep saying that, but in those conditions, it is, every knock's about 10 times harder, isn't it?
It is. But he's really enjoyed getting on that, let's say, ample-sized rump of his and sliding in and taking some marks in this third quarter.
His diving efforts have been absolutely magnificent.
Yeah.
We're looking for the tackle of the game through, thanks to Bunbury Mower Service. Have you kept an eye on a couple of them, Macca?
Well, there hasn't been too many tackles. They've been tying it up. But the one that started that play was Bo Lucy when he attacked that footy up here on the wing and just took it cleanly and got the handball away. Fimino gets the ball back to Pickett. Pickett picks it up and then drives it forward for the Bulls. Can they get their first goal? McCosker doesn't want them to. Brandon Hill goes to McCosker. McCosker has his head over the footy, gets a handball out. And it'll be balled up there just outside forward 50 for the Bulls.
I'll tell you what, this would be a very handy percentage for Donnybrook if they can keep going like this, because it's going to be hard to get percentage points in this weather if it sticks around tomorrow.
It's one down by Turner, taken by Fimino, kicks around the corner, standing underneath at Bedford, and took a really courageous mark. Goes out to the far halfback flank, and he found a teammate, and they've gone up to the wing now, Donnybrook have. Cody Smith gets it to Pickett. Harvey are going to try and go forward again. They go to centre half forward, coming out. Really good mark on his chest. Presented well. Kept his body behind the ball and marked it. He's gone into the pocket. Ball's taken by McCosker, who's dealt with when he didn't have, actually, it was Bo Lucy, who was dealt with after he got rid of the ball unfairly, and he's got a free kick in that back pocket.
Thanks to MGIB, Macca. MGIB, like a good neighbour. They support us and the show on Friday afternoons.
So Bo Lucy,
underground
a stab
kick.
pass.
Yeah, it was a beauty, wasn't it?
He's found Falco. Falco comes back into the middle of the ground. Ball's lacks a fortune, and it's fallen to Beggs, who's then tried to get it to Bolton, and Bolton's earned a free kick. High. Bolton's earned a free kick just in the centre, outside the centre circle. Gets a handball away. Pickett comes back to Ceciliano. He goes out wide. Tried to come import, didn't have any options. Coates now for Donnybrook. Sweeping handball in these conditions. Howlett has the football. Just mongrels it forward into space. Ball pitches and hits. Out comes Smith. Tries to hold out Egerton Green, but Egerton Green wins that battle and then dumps it forward, but only as far as Falco. Falco marked it on his chest. Now he drives it long, looking for Harris. Harris couldn't mark. They bring the ball out as the breeze kicks up a little bit here, favouring the city end, and they tied up just outside Donnybrook's 50.
Just a quick around the grounds, thanks to Geograph Civil. It is time on in the third quarter. South Bunbury 5 goals, 3-33. Lead Busselton 1-3-9.
And the ball up. Ball goes to Lynch. He gets a toe poke forward. Getting his head over the footy there was Jetta. Somehow they have it. Lucy has shot for another goal from him on his left. And it's gone through for a behind off the hands of Jeffrey Smith.
Thanks to City and Regional Fuels too. Hope your fuel tank's all full on the way home, is it, Macca?
That breeze, it is. But that breeze, Craney,
has just dropped a couple of degrees, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Just have to zip up.
I thought Dean Lomax just turned the air conditioner on.
The ball's kicked out of the defence by Riley Vidovic in not very skillful fashion at all. Jacob Kendall has it at the top of the 50, gets it out to Bolton. Bolton gets a handball over to Mitchell Kendall, who missed it completely. Somehow it's at half back now, and it's
beautiful pick up.
Picked up by Maher, and he goes forward with the ball for the Bulls. Jovanovic, good pick up in these conditions, goes backwards to Pickett. Pickett takes it well and then chips it to Jovanovic, who took a mark. Just behind centre wing, plays on and just kicks it straight into Bo Lucy. Lucy plays on, goes wide, and it's going to be out. No, it's just going to be a ball in for Dale Alcock, Southwest Homes. So just one goal for the quarter on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard. Donnybrook 8-6-54 to Harvey yet to score. A 9-goal lead.
Tell you what, it's going to be hard. We've got to pick the best defender too, thanks to Garage Doors Southwest. So there's a few people putting their hand up for that one.
Yep.
As with the WA Carpet Supermarket, best on ground.
Kendall gets a foot on it, drives it out of the pack. It's picked up by Martin. Gets it back to Fimino. Fimino goes whack, gets it up to the wing. Got a good purchase on it. Coates finds the ball off hands and then follows through after his handball. Now it's with Dale. He's stripped of it. Coates still there. Finds the football. Getting it forward was Turner, having a go anyway. It's tied up now just outside the centre square on this centre wing and grandstand side, and it'll be a ball up. So players still going hard at it, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's getting tougher as the afternoon runs on. Lights are on here, but it's still pretty dull. Turner
wins it down, but only as far as Falco, who's being held. Then Turner lays all over him. He's not going anywhere. He didn't even have the footy, but it's just the kids playing in the mud now, Craney. That's what's happening. Up they go. Gregory and Turner, one down by Turner, taken by Miller of the Bulls. Hacks it forward, it's not taken by Maher, and now Donnybrook repel again through Howlett, and it's marked safely on the chest by Malice. Malice comes wide, finds Fimino. Fimino's had a reasonable day, Craney.
He has at that.
He's picked up some stats for the Hollow Beach Bar and Grill. Fimino's on the half-back flank. He's got laying the ball on his side, and it's come off the side of his boot. Big mongrel. No one can mark it. Brandon Hill pulled out of that one. Bolton picks it up for Donnybrook, gets it back to Howlett. Umpire said a throw.
Just a quick around the grounds thanks to Geograph Civil up at Busselton. Jed Kemp has kicked a goal just before the siren. It is three-quarter time. South Bunbury 5 goals, 3-33 to Busselton 2-3-15. So game still on at Busselton.
It wasn't a throw. It was just a ball up. Pickett has the footy now after that. Kendall soccers it forward. Running over, it's Harris. And then coming through is Malice and hacks the ball forward again. Coming out to meet it is Dale. Does very well. Picks it up. And he's got options down there in Mitchell Kendall, who had to work pretty hard to get a hand on it. Umpires found a free kick, and the young rising star for Hemp Brothers has won himself a free kick.
He's been good all day, hasn't he, yep. Mitch Kendall?
He's battled manfully, and as soon as you give a bloke a rap.
Do you know who has not surfaced again? Is Cooper Clark Daring, so we hope he's all right after that pretty
that was
heavy,
a big crunch, wasn't
heavy
it?
crunch, so might just be looking after him a little bit.
Hope he hasn't got concussion. So the ball will be brought back into play by Martin, he'd be a chance for the best defender with a big spiral. They fly, ball comes to ground. It's picked up by Donnybrook. Gregory just kicked it into the pack. Jovanovic gets the ball forward for the Bulls. Marr can't do anything with it. Howlett, as he's done all day, handballed it, but only as far as Marr. It's picked up there by Shaw. He can't get it forward, and it's tied up there. Now it's brought out by Dale, and he's puts it up to the wing. Oh, a little toe poke there by the defender, by the big forward in
Worked
Smith.
pretty well.
Too old to bend over in these conditions, Craney. Kai
I don't
Lucy,
blame him.
head over the footy. And they've brought it out again, has Malice from the Bulls. It's a little... Falco gets a handball back to Dale. He's stripped of it. Firmino has it. He's wrapped up by Dale. And a real ball up just forward to centre wing.
No, both these players have been having a fair dinkum crack at it. It hasn't been easy out there, but they've never taken the foot off the throttle.
But now the game has been reduced for just stand and deliver.
Oh, absolutely.
One down by Gregory, down to Kendall. He's wrapped up straight away by Hinchcliffe, and there'll be a ball up.
Yeah, the ground is turning to a mud pot in front of us, isn't it?
Yeah. One down by Gregory again. Kendall takes it. Ball spills out. They try to bulldoze it forward. They are having a little bit of success with that. Kendall picks it up, taking the ground. There'll be a ball up just about 4 metres forward of that centre wing from where they were before. What will they do this time? Turner wins this one. Only got it down as far as Brown. Kendall slides in. Tries to get the ball away. It's not really going anywhere at this point, Craney. It's reduced to a walk, this game.
Yeah, look, we said 8 goals might win it. We were a bit surprised in that first 5 goals in that first quarter, but goals have dried up. About the only thing that has dried up.
Gregory's kick smothered. Picked up by Lynch. He's the only one who's been able to get those little toe pokes away all day. So the top of Donnybrook's 50 now, and it's going to be another ball up. Umpire earning his $1 today, Ellen, as are we.
Yeah, but the only one who's not is Dean Lomax because he's got the camera pointed in the same direction. The ball hasn't moved too far.
Henderson finds the ball out of the pack. His kick smothered. Picked up by Mitchell Kendall. Got it to Harris. Harris chips it forward. No mark by Lynch. Still keeps his head over the footy. Malice at the cold face. Showing not much malice. But the ball will be balled up just inside 50 for Donnybrook.
Yeah, the umpires have done a fairly good job today too in tough conditions.
Tried to let it go to give it a chance. Knocked down by Smith. Picked up by Harris. He tackled as he tried to get rid of it. Umpire lets go. Miller got it out to Martin. He picks it up, stripped of it. Now the ball's over the line, and there'll be a throw in the forward pocket for Donnybrook. For Dale Alcock, Southwest Homes. It's the right forward pocket.
Few of the players with hands on hips already.
I haven't seen too many coaching moves for the hands of Bank of Queensland Craney as this ball has been one down by Egerton Green.
No, it's just turned into, as you said, a real arm wrestle slog, hasn't it?
Yeah. Egerton Green picked that ball up off the deck and he was tackled straight away. Smith might want to try and get this. He did. He got a big fist in it to try and open it up. Picked up by Salazano. His handball is intercepted. He dived trying to get a free kick. Umpire's going to ball it up 25 metres out right in front of Donnybrook's goal. As that breeze kicks up, Ellen, and the icicles start to form under my nose. Up they go. One down by Smith. Picked up by, that was Cody Smith. Now it's come out of D50. Coming to meet it is Howlett. Slides, gets a handball away. Jacob Kendall. Picks dummies, then he gets a foot to it. The ball hits some pitches inside and now just runs out of bound. Be a throw in that right forward pocket for Donnybrook, thanks to Dale Alcock, Southwest Homes.
Just got a message through from Glenn. He said the young fellow is off to hospital to get checked out. Young Cooper Clark Daring.
Concussion or ribs?
Hope he's all right.
Hope he is okay. It was a courageous act of his. Sitting over the ball is Lynch. Umpire's going to ball it up. The ball is living inside Donnybrook's 50, but they cannot score.
Yeah, he sort of got stuck in that crush, did he?
Yep.
But he bounced up pretty quick.
Lucy got the handball out. Ball's picked up by Vidovic. He manages to run away from the pack and then tries to torpedo punt when he just should have tried the drop and it's gone out on the full and he has a little bit of a snicker as he runs back to the pocket.
He was looking for touch there, but it didn't quite work.
So Mitchell Kendall.
I like where they're playing right in front of us, so it makes it easier for us.
Mitchell Kendall's stock's rising, and he goes for the drop punt, just chips it into the pocket. They fly. Egerton Green gets a spoil on it. Harris can't pick it up. Coming out of it is Brown. and what's the umpire said? Incorrect disposal. So Firmino has the ball again. He'd be blowing up the stats for Hollow Beach Bar and Grill. Gets the ball on the bounce to Martin. He handballs it to Brandon Hill. He picks it up pretty well and then drives a sizzler only as far as Howlett.
He's had a good afternoon.
He's making a big case for the
WA Carpet Supermarket best on ground.
Absolutely. Loved his game. Dummies around the man on the mark. Goes to the teeth of goal. They fly. Brown can't mark. Lucy goes off the deck. Gets a foot on it. Falco got the handball back and Gerard dealt with, slung after he got rid of it. Umpire says play on. Firmino with another clearing kick. Drives it out, side 50. Getting underneath it is Begg. Gets a handball away to a teammate in Bolton, and Gerard brings it back inside 50. Standing underneath it, Harris juggles it. He's been in everything, Harris, but hasn't quite gone his way. Kendall picks it up. Tries to get onto that left foot. Snap on goal by Brown. Ball falls short. Egerton Green just paddles the ball out, then tumbles it forward on his foot, and sliding in is Ben Howlett. Courtesy of WA Supermarket.
Yeah.
WA Carpet
I
Supermarket.
reckon you're right.
Drives it into Jacob Kendall, who dropped a mark, a sliding mark on his chest, and it'll be a ball up 30 metres out from Donnybrook's goal.
He's taken a number of marks, Benny Howlett. We keep saying that, don't we? He's just in the right spot. And it's just the coaching he does behind the ground. They're a well-oiled unit, the Donnybrook Football Club.
He's revelling in these conditions, Craney. Absolutely he is. Picked up by Brandon Hill of the Bulls, and he drives it into the centre square. It's almost in the circle. It's a good kick, gone over the back. Giblets there with Bedford. They well done. They forced it forward through Hinchcliffe. But Donnybrook repel again for the day, and that's a good mark. I'm trying to work to do that to Gerard. Gerard goes up to centre forward. Brown, good contest. Then gets the ball off the ground. Gets it back to a teammate that's in Bolton. Head over the footy is Gregory. Comes up with it, but only got it as far as Jovanovic. And the ball is stuck out on that far wing now. Umpire's found a free kick, and it's going the way of the Bulls. And it's going to the big fella in Shaw.
I've got an interesting stat here too for Hollow Beach Ground. No team has ever gone scoreless in a match. Lowest score was Eton, 1 point in 1964 versus Kerry Park. So there you go.
Was that Jared pushing that through to you while he's home in front of the fire?
That was Jason, actually. Yeah, Jared with all the stats.
So there's going to be a throw-in on the half-forward flank for for the Bulls on the far side, thanks to Dale Alcock, Southwest Homes.
So they need to find at least a point here, the Harvey Bulls.
Turner and Gregory to do battle. It's one down by Gregory, got front position, then picked it up off the ground, couldn't quite connect with the kick, head over the ball, Lynch. Ball squirting out left, right and centre and then squirting back in. It is just so slippery. They lay on it and say, umpire, please blow the whistle. We have just about run out of steam.
And good news for them, they've still got another quarter to go.
We're into time on now in this third quarter, Alan, and there's only been one goal kicked. Ball still tied up on that half-forward flank on the far side for the Bulls. And they are hanging out for this siren.
And I'll tell you what, how are you going warming up thanks to Hearth House over there, Macca?
Oh, I'm not warm at all. My toes are like icicles. Up we go. Ball's one down to Hill. Picked up there by Bolton. Got it back to Gerard, who gets a big long kick down the half. Down the wing, and that concludes the third quarter here at Harvey Oval on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard. It's Donnybrook 8-6-54 to Harvey yet to score.
It is three-quarter time here in some very tough conditions. The players will enjoy their break, and so will we, and we'll be back for the SEN Spirits coverage of the Southwest Football League, where the Donnybrook Football Club, they lead 8-6-54 to the Harvey Bulls, yet to trouble the scores. And as I said during that quarter, it's very interesting. I got the news down there. No team has ever gone scoreless in a match. The lowest score was Eton, where they kicked a point in 1964 versus Kerry Park, Collie in 1972 and South Bunbury in 1977. So hopefully the Harvey Bulls can hit the scoreboard, Macca.
Well,
and we'll just have a quick look at the score up in Busselton, thanks to Geograph Civil. South Bunbury 5 goals, 3-33. Busselton 2-3-15. The last quarter is away, and Darren McDonald will take it away.
And the ball's won down by Bo Lucy for KFC, and the ball's tied up in the middle of the ground. Is trying to break out of there was Miller for the Bulls, and there's going to be a ball up. Yeah, the Bulls don't want to be making history today for all the wrong reasons, Craney.
No, that's right. They just need to sneak it down their end. Hasn't been down their end a lot this afternoon.
3 or 4 inside 50s for the day, thanks to Hollow Beach Bar and Grill stats. And then Miller, the coach, has the ball in the middle of the ground, won a free kick, drives it to the top of 50. Howlett drops a rare mark at the top of 50, positioned rightly. They're all battling there at the top of the Bulls 50. Giblet comes through. He's a rare possession for him today. Give him a run in the middle of the ground. Yeah. We love him when he goes in there.
He's probably looking for one as well.
Yeah. Up they go. One down there by Bo Lucy. Miller has it again for the Bulls, desperately trying to get that score on the board, and he wins another high tackle.
This might be it.
He's fought on valiantly today.
He has.
The coach, the captain coach. He goes long to the teeth of goal.
Oh.
No one can quite mark it. Coming through was McCosker. They're in the puddle.
They are in the puddle. No doubt about that.
That's not going anywhere, and it's going to be balled up. It's going to be a ball up for KFC, 35 metres dead in front of the Bulls' goal. So it's about their 5th inside 50 today.
Let's see if they can make the most of this.
One down by Lucy. Picked up by Femino. Snaps it over his shoulder, but McCosker reading it like
He's
a book.
done well by McCosker back there. He's been very solid.
He's a chance for your best defender. Craney, thanks to...
Yes. Our best defender. I will get there shortly.
Ball's come outside of 50.
Thanks to Garage Doors Southwest, the best defender. Macca, Garage Doors Southwest.
Kai Lucy socketed it up the wing, but he only got it as far as Martin.
I like the fact that McCosker hasn't had a lot of work to do because it hasn't been down there, but every time it has, he's made sure it's come out of there very quickly.
His second quarter was terrific because he came up into the centre square and still chopped it off.
The whole Donnybrook backline has done that. That's what's made it so hard for Harvey Bulls to get an exit.
Yeah, Jacob Kendall threw it out of there.
Yeah, that was...
And the umpire saw that too. So the free kick there to Jovanovic, who's had his moments in this game. Probably hadn't had as much as he would have liked. Going to go for the torp. Just mongrels it up the teeth of goal and getting underneath it and dropping the mark is Ma. Ball spills out as far as Celazano, and Giblet gets the ball out to Howlett, dribbles it there to Kai Lucy, swings around on his left foot, and that's a really good mark taken up on the wing to Donnybrook as they go forward once again. That sets in our forward for the Dons. Ball spills out the back to Harris, got a handball away. Pulled down as he tried to kick it was Jacob Kendall. Picked up by Begg, snaps on goal. And the umpire signals that it is
that was
one behind.
Probably our best passage of play for 2.5 quarters, I reckon. And Donnybrook moved that very well out through the middle of the ground.
Took the mark on the half-back flank and gave the handball, which was enabled a bit of overlap.
Which you feel a bit for the Harvey Bulls. They finally worked it hard enough to get into their forward 50, and it come out of there like an absolute shot.
So Jovanovic is going to bring the ball back into play. And he goes long with a big torpedo punt. It was actually out on the full, Craney. It wasn't a behind. So by Lucy had the intercept spoil across the boundary line. Or we'll call it a spoil, but he attempted to mark. And there's going to be a ball in for Dale Alcock, Southwest Homes, just in front of that Southwest Isuzu scoreboard.
That's
it reads 8-6-54. Donnybrook to Harvey yet to score. We've spoken about the history around that scoreline at the moment.
The rain has held off now. It's started to subside a little bit, so that's the good news. The bad news is there's puddles everywhere.
Now there's going to be a ball up on that half-forward flank for Donnybrook, one down by Lucy. And the players are just laying on it now, looking at the umpire, saying we're not going to battle it out, you're just going to have to ball it up. Up they go again, one down by Turner. Firmino dives on it, and then diving into his back was Bolton, and it's a free kick to the Bulls. They get it up to the wing, and it's a good mark.
And it was a good kick too, out to percentage.
Yeah, to the Bulls wingman in Gualter. Gualter looking for someone to give it to, and just goes long down to the half-forward flank. They stand underneath it. Giblet can't mark. And then it was Hinchcliffe that took the ball by hands off the pack. Now Donnybrook have control. And there's a holding the ball free kick. and it's going to Hinchcliffe. Hinchcliffe quickly gets the ball on by hand to Firmino. He snaps it forward. Standing there was Marr. He was met solidly in the contest. Dale slips over at a crucial moment. Mitchell Kendall doesn't know and picks up the ball and gets good purchase on it.
Oh.
Bring the ball back in is Riley Vidovic. And standing back there is the young rising star, Bedford. Thanks to Hemp Brothers. He puts in a beautiful pass to Lynch, who takes the mark on his chest, comes back through the corridor. That ball is dropped by Bolton. They all dive on it. Umpire will ball it up just forward of the centre circle.
We always talk
of
in
the
modern
Bulls.
day footy metres gained. Does that mean how many you can slide? Because I reckon there's a few of them here that have got a lot of metres gained.
One down there by Turner to Firmino. Pickett.
That's a clever
gets
little
well out.
kick.
Brandon Hill takes the mark. Still just forward of the centre circle for the Bulls. He goes to centre forwards and asks a fair bit of Celizano, who did not bad. He picked up the ball, led with the head, and then he's got it to Big Shaw there at centre forward. He picks it up. Giblet tackles him. Umpire says, I will have it.
I think everyone's
Miller
hoping
draw.
that ball will just sneak through for one here, Macca.
Yeah. Up they go. 40 metres out. One down by Lucy at the back there to Falco. Been a good player today. Kendall fumbles it. Lucy got it to Howlett. Howlett to Lynch. Lynch gets the ball forward by foot, but only as far as Vidovic. Vidovic then comes out to the far wing, getting out after it. Was for the Bulls was Malice. He's then stripped of the footy. Cody Smith was stripped of it as well for the Bulls. It's tied up here on this wing, this members wing, and it'll be a ball up. Could have done a little bit better there, Malice. That is a real mud heap, that wing.
That is that. Conditions report for Garage Doors Southwest, Macca?
It is a mud heap.
It's that. It's going to take a while to recover too, I think, some of these ovals.
Thought Miller could have got a free kick there for being held without it. Kendall then dropped. Oh, and it's kicked in. Now the umpire's found a free kick. It's going to Kendall. He loves getting down and dirty, so he would have loved these conditions today. He goes to centre half forward and standing all on his own and taking the mark is Brown. Brown then goes in to Lucy on his own in the corridor, and now it's getting a little bit loose. So he may be a bit far out to score in these conditions, and he knows it, and he's gone to the lead, and Gerard can't take the mark. Ball is picked up there by Malice, gets a handball away. Ball still in dispute. Gerard fires on goal. I think he's got it, Craney. There's your chance for your goal of the day.
I absolutely do think Western Oil Pest Services goal of the day. We had to wait for a little bit. Who kicked that, Macca?
Gerard, off his right boot, snap over the shoulder from the pocket.
Well done, and a great goal. Well, we haven't had too many real contenders for that, but he done it very well, did Zach Gerard, and I'll definitely put him down for a little tick. As
Give us something to talk about in our 45-minute post-game show we're going to have since there's no time on today.
Quick around the ground, thanks to Geograph Civil. 17 minutes in the last quarter. South Bunbury lead 6 goals, 3-39. They lead Busselton 2 goals, 3-15. Goal to Cade Waldrod from the Tigers. So interesting at Beauville Park.
Up they go for KFC. Ball's one down by Turner. Miller tries to pick it up, but in vain. Jacob Kendall gets in the road. Then he tackles Miller. Umpire says, I'll have it, fellas. And they're going to ball it up just forward to centre for the Bills. Bulls? For the Bills? The Bulls? The Buffalo Bills. Up they go.
Well, Buckingham the Butchers.
Buckingham the Butchers, big moment. We need one. I say if the Bulls get a point, that could be a big moment.
I reckon it will.
And there's a mark there to Dale on the half-back flank for Donnybrook. It's a nice drop punt in these conditions. Puts it up to the other half forward, or to the half forward flank. Cody Smith for the Bulls picks it up nicely, and he's tackled by Gerard. Brought to ground, ball spills free. They fight for it on that flank. Harvey bringing it out, picked up by Jovanovic cleanly, and he got it to Malice. Malice brought it up by foot, and it's Brandon Hill who kicks it up to the wing. Giblet gets in the way. Got it out to a teammate in Falco. Then Beggs hacks it to centre half forward, but waiting there all on his own, taking the mark on his chest is Martin, who's been a resolute defender today.
I think you're right there, Mac. He's done all right, Martin.
And he's found Firmino.
So is Firmino.
Yep, he's battled on all day. Bo Lucy stands the mark there. right on that half-back flank. He's asking everyone to come forward because I can't kick it that far in these conditions. They do come at him. The mark's missed by Hinchcliffe. However, the ball spills out to Vidovic and he spirals it down the line. Comes off Archer Coates' hands. And
in all fairness
in.
to the ball carrier, there's not a lot of movement up front now, Macca. It's just a matter of bang it down the lines and see where you can go.
I'll tell you what, Craney, days like today and that rain's gone and the breeze is coming and it's cold, your fingers going for that football, it is freezing in those days. Coming through was Bolton from that Dale Alcock Southwest throw-in. Umpire said incorrect disposal. He didn't even really get rid of it. Anyway, Firmino's got another kick. He'll be blowing up the stat sheet for Hollow Beach Bar. Goes for Shaw. Cutting across was Coates. Come off hands and be a ball in on the half-forward flank for the Bulls. Shaw looking not so sure at the moment.
Well done by that boundary umpire. Called it. Has he seen it?
Ball in for Dale Alcock Southwest Homes. One down by Turner. He's rucked pretty well today. Getting over it was Falco. And his tackle will be a ball up on that half-forward flank. He was very good early, Falco. Up they go. One down by Turner. Went to Miller. He hacked it to centre half forward. Picked up by Salazano. And he's tackled at the top of the 50. Umpire lets it go. Not bad umpiring by him.
I think the players wanted him to stop it.
Really good work by Gwalter as well. Umpire said incorrect disposal, and Jacob Kendall picks up a free. Inside defensive 50, just chips it to the top of that. Got it to Dale. Dale gives it to the running Giblet. Giblet goes out to the far wing. Good mark out there to Bolton. Takes it and plays on immediately. He gets it out there to Jackson. Jackson goes back by hand to Bolton. Bolton out by hand there to McCosker, who goes back to find Bolton. They're handling the ball not too badly. Goes to centre half forward, and Kendall takes a mark on his chest.
They're handling the ball very well, actually, Mac, right from the start there.
Yeah. 9 goals, 660 on the scoreboard to Harvey yet to score. Kendall now chips it just to the top of 50. Can't pick it up. Comes back to Kendall. And that player, I think it was Jackson, gave the ball to Kendall and just slid a little bit and tripped over his own footstep, Craney. Up they go. Top of 50 for the Dons. Ball's one down by Lucy.
Thanks to City and Regional Fuels too, Mac, for this afternoon.
Pushed out by Falco. Gwalter somehow tapped it out to the Bulls, and now it's picked up by Dale, and he spirals it up to the hot spot. Ball eludes the pack. Egerton Green goes to ground. Getting after him is Big Gregory. But Riley Vidovic, the foot race is on. He's had 2 kicks, Sockers off the ground. Picked up by Brown. Got it to Gregory. Mitchell Kendall. With him's Vidovic. Big Gregory there. They've all fallen over like 9 pins and they can't get up. They've probably got mud in their eyes. This is umpire said he's a big taken high was Big Hinchcliffe, and he's won a free kick. Still having a crack the players, which is good. He just tumbles it forward. No chance of marking that. Off the ground by Dale pretty cleverly in the end. Coming out and meeting it was Gerard. Came off his feet forward. Now gathers up the handball. Got it to Jackson, who then got it back to Falco. Falco put it wide. Lucy picks it up. Tries to get it to Falco. Comes back to Giblet, who was going to storm through. Stands up. Jackson gets a handball out to Falco, who fumbles it. They come down that far wing. Falco has it now. Ball hits and pitches. And the umpire said it's just rolled out of bounds. And there will be a ball in. Yeah, not insufficient intent.
Benny Howlett's just gone to the Harvey Norman interchange bench. I reckon he's done enough for this afternoon.
I reckon he's done enough to win a roll of carpet from WA Carpet Supermarket too, Craney.
I think you're right, mate. He's been absolutely outstanding.
Ball comes back into play. Won by Turner. Bolton slips over as he tries to pick it up. That's been happening all day. Firmino gets it only back as far as Kendall. He tries to fend off Miller. That'll be holding the ball. And yes, it is. So Miller, he's been terrific today for his team.
He really has led from the front, hasn't he?
Yeah.
The captain. It must be hard to be a captain coach in this day, modern day game of footy.
Absolutely. He's chipped it up the wing. The ball is once again in dispute. Waiting for the umpire to blow his whistle. And we've just ticked over 14 or nearly 15 minutes in this last quarter, Craney.
That's the Geograph Industry surprise clock. That one is Macca. And
Pickett has the footy now at half back and drives it forward for the Bulls, but Archer Coates steps across and takes a intercept chest mark. Now he goes, the Bulls player was going to intercept, but he slipped over. Brown picks it up, gives it to Lucy, running on his left side, chips it out in front of Harris, but then the mark's taken there by Cody Smith. Cody Smith comes up and Dale drops the mark, and then he's incorrect disposal by Dale. He dropped it as he went to kick it and was tackled at the same time, so Jovanovic earns a kick. Jovanovic, short pass, Giblet's in the road, picks it up now, gets a handball back to Coates, back to Giblet by hand. He has a look, goes into the corridor by foot, and there's a mark on the chest to Dale. Dale then goes into the corridor, not very tidily, but somehow Falco picks up the footy and drives it to centre half forward. They fly, no one can mark. Standing underneath it there and doing a good job was Jetta. It's still tied up at centre half forward for the Dons, and now they've got it out through Cody Smith of the Bulls. But Dale attacks it beautifully, takes off and spirals it into full forward. Gregory can't take the mark, picked up by Egerton Green. He's slung on a 360, then gets a kick away, and it's a behind. Umpire said insufficient, or deliberate, basically.
Wow.
So there's going to be a shot on goal here by the Dons, right in the square.
Well, that was interesting. They had him swinging around Egerton Green. He had to get rid of it, so he put it on his foot. He actually kicked an own goal, but and the umpire says Donnybrook will get the kick for.
And a handball from Lucy to Brown, and Brown's popped it through.
And pretty happy about that too, is young Brown.
Yeah,
and
he's got a bit of support in the crowd. They're calling him Dogger Craney, and
that brings up the 10th goal of the afternoon for the Donnybrook Football Club. Gee, I tell you what, it's been a pretty dogged effort, hasn't it, by all the boys? I'll just give a quick around the grounds score thanks to Geograph Civil. South Bunbury remain undefeated, Macca. They are 6 goals for 40. They've defeated Bustleton 2 goals for 16. So the Tigers continue on their merry way.
Donnybrook 10-6-66 to Harvey yet to score, and they are running out of time as we've gone to 17 and a half minutes. So the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard not looking very favourable to the Harvey Footy Club today.
Thanks to the Bank of Queensland in Bunbury. Well, can we put it in the bank, Macca?
Well, this 4 points are in the bank here for the Dons today.
Well, that's been a bit optimistic, you sure?
And but I was also going to say some pretty good percentage, mate.
That'll be the key, won't it? They've enjoyed this.
When they've had no points against them for the whole day. Firmino has it at centre half forward for the Bulls, comes to Pickett. Pickett slips out to Miller, but Giblets gets his hand in the way. Kendall picks it up, gives the ball by hand to Mitchell Kendall. He fumbles, still keeps over it, gives it back to brother Jacob. They're sliding in everywhere. Miller's flying around like a bowling ball. Shaw gets on his left foot, hacks it inside. Could this be the chance? No, Beggs clears it for the Dons, and that rolls out to the far half-back flank.
The defence of the Donnybrook.
Soccer off the ground by Jackson, and he goes after it again. They stand up. Coming through is Cody Smith. Head over the footy was Gerard. Slapped it back to Harris. He's taken on 3 of them. Umpire says, I'll have it. And there's a ball up on the far wing.
Yeah, they are. Donnybrook
KFC.
defence are just not prepared to give them that score, are they? No. They are miserly down there.
They absolutely
and this, as you
are.
said, that percentage is going to make one big difference.
Because particularly they're sitting on that 5th position, equal with 2 other sides. Balls come out. Donnybrook have got the ball out, but now it's Brandon Hill for the Bulls. He pumps it forward. It goes inside 50. Oh, the dive. The ball's got out the back here. This could be their chance. They swarm on it like bees around a honey pot, and the umpire's going to ball it up 40 metres out from Harvey's goal.
I know Donnybrook mightn't be, but I think a lot of the crowd are just saying, get it through.
Yeah. Up they go. One down by Bo Lucy. Head over the footy is Bolton. They can't get the ball away cleanly. They are battling manfully. They desperately want to goal the Bulls. But Donnybrook holding up so far. That damn wall has been rock solid all day.
Yeah, the defensive unit has been right from the outset.
Damn wall being the operative word today with all the water on the field.
Right.
Archer Coates has the footy trying to bring it out, for battling on with Pickett.
I think the dam got broken,
Shaw
Macca.
got his foot to the ball. It went about 2 metres. Miller still battling. Then he's taken down pretty hard in the tackle, but the umpire's going to ball it up. Just inside their forward 50, the Bulls. 45-degree angle right side for a left footer. We need a moment that matters right here. Big fist on it by Bolton. Only went as far as Hill, and then it's come by Hinchcliffe. He's got it right into the teeth of goal. Taken by Bedford. It was wrapped up in the tackle by Davis, and there'll be a ball up 15 metres out from Harvey's goal. They're inching it closer.
We're into time on, though, Macca, thanks to Geograph Industrial Supplies, so there won't be a lot of time on in the game.
Ball's one down, and there's an absolute quagmire there at the moment, and the umpire's found a 50-metre penalty.
Well, that makes it even more tricky.
So Falco wins that. Egerton Green, they've been marched down the ground, and Falco elects to play on. He's got a teammate out on that far wing in Kendall. Eventually he picks it up. He's got Jackson running by, but he's got plenty of time. Goes to Harris. Harris can't mark. Picks it up. Chips it in to the corridor, standing all his own Gerard. A chance for a second for young Gerard. He's playing in that forward pocket and stood there and took a nice chest mark in the corridor, and he's going to have a shot on goal. 45-degree angle right side for a left footer. And he'll kick it from about 30 metres, Craney.
Big afternoon for the Donnybrook Football Club. Weren't quite sure how they were going to handle the conditions this afternoon, but the answer to that, they've handled them very, very well as he leans back and pops it through.
Yep, 2 to Gerard. Serviceable afternoon to that young man. He's done some good things through the middle of the ground as well. And the scoreline goes on the Southwest Isuzu scoreboard goes to 11-6-72. Donnybrook to Harvey. Dare I say it, Craney, yet to score in time on in this last quarter.
Yeah, look, this is going to be interesting. How's your maths going, Macca? We might have to add up this ladder as we go along to see where it's all going to end up. But this has been a big boost to the Donnybrook Football Club.
Looks like Bustleton are going to go down, Craney, does it?
They have gone down, mate. They've already been defeated by the Tigers.
So Donnybrook move a game ahead of the Magpies with percentage.
With percentage.
So the Magpies' premiership defence is just about in tatters.
It's going to take a big effort from here, I should imagine.
Turner won the ball down. It is in the mud pit. And umpire's going to ball it up. There can't be long left to go, although Donnybrook have kicked the 2 goals this quarter. 3, actually. 3 goals this quarter. Up they go. One down by Bo Lucy. It's taken by Brandon Hill. Gets it back to his coach in Miller. Miller tumbles it forward. Getting after it is Dale. Oh, McCosker with him, and it's spilled out the back there to Malice. He's tackled. Archer Coates had a pretty good quarter, Archer Coates.
He's had a pretty good game, Archer Coates.
And there's the bell.
Siren
and
sounds.
There's a new record being set, Alan, for all the wrong reasons. The Southwest Isuzu scoreboard, Donnybrook 11-6-72 to Harvey, 0 score. Here at Harvey Oval, first time a side has ever gone scoreless in the competition. Donnybrook, a very, very emphatic victory on what was very, very trying conditions here at Harvey.
It was at that, Macca, and look, it started off the game, didn't it? The first quarter was pretty entertaining where Donnybrook got off to a 5-goal-5 start. And it looked very impressive, but as the game wore on, the oval chopped up a fair bit. And
legs get heavy.
Yeah, and then the game just sort of dwindled out to a bit of the end. Make nothing away from the players. That was pretty tough out there. There's no doubt about that. They kept trying. Donnybrook used the ball a lot better than Harvey did at times. And actually, I was very impressed with the Donnybrook Football Club. Yes,
particularly the start that they had. They delivered the ball well in the conditions and marked well up forward, and they just, for Harthouse, they were on fire. They kicked 5-5 in that first quarter. 3 to Smith and 2 to Cooper Clark Deering, who really kick-started them with two goals in that first quarter, and his marking was just sublime.
It was at that, and look, that's a big win by Donnybrook. As I said, coming here in these conditions, we weren't quite sure how the two sides had handled it. We thought they might, bring them back together again, create a bit of an upset. But you said at the start, Macca, that the class will always come to the top.
Yeah.
And I think that's the case here. I mean, Donnybrook were just that more classy.
Yes.
As the umpires leave the field. They did a terrific job this afternoon.
Yeah, they did.
In some pretty tough conditions. Look, a credit to all those players playing out there, though. Not the result that Harvey Bulls would have liked. They would have preferred that. They are setting up for next season. There's no doubt about
Yes.
that. But, gee, I tell you what, the hot showers will be pretty good.
I was going to say, I hope the ground staff here have stoked the boilers up, because there's a lot of there's 44 players out there that'll be looking for a nice hot shower.